Hello everybody, just doing another little base tour video here. Spoiler alert, this base is in an end game system. This is a water world. As you look around, there is no land that you can land on this planet. Nice, and as you can see we have a little storm coming. The waves are starting to pick up. If you don't mind, I'm going to stand right here and stay cold. I got some battery. The reason I want to, if you see how tall these waves are, I want to make sure that my 3 landing pads here don't get wet. So we'll take a look. I haven't seen it yet, but oh, does it come close? My concern is if these landing pads get wet, this base needs to go taller. And so far I'm looking okay. So the last thing we want to do is let our ships get flooded or at least get a bath. Anyway, so far it looks like we're good. I always have that concern, especially if I jump down here and I kind of look out and the wave looks like it's taller than my landing pads. But it looks like they're safe, so that's a good thing. Oh, sorry for that little delay because of the storm. It looks like it's starting to calm down again. And you can see my little message. There's my sign. And this is a waterproof door because I'm not sure about that water. And as we come in, I put my teleport up here. And we have a local teleport here. And then the interesting part, we are 13 stories up from sea level. All my levels above, I did it by floors like in a building. And then once we get down below, I do it by units or meters. I did not put stairways or ladders in this because you would not want to spend an hour climbing. That's just a little hint. So let's jump in here. You see this area floods, be careful. And I have a ladder just in that one spot there. This is the fishing deck. When we don't have a storm, you can come out here and go fishing. And I need to rework that. I had it boxed in and I don't know why I took it out. But I think the waves were smacking it up or something. I got to figure that out again. But yeah, this is a fishing skiff that has food storage and a grill. Okay. You can see here we only have this one to go up to the 13th floor. This is one floor up. We're just above sea level. So now let's go downstairs. You can see this guy here goes down. I call this level 0 because if you look out the window, we are roughly halfway in the water and halfway out. So I call this level 0. So let's go take a look what I did downstairs. So we go down again. That one goes to the next level. We have a door. A U or unit is a meter. So we are currently 196 meters below sea level up top. We go down to the next one. We are now 388 meters below. The next one, 581 meters below. Then we get down here. This is where my base computer is, 777 meters below sea level. The reason I wanted my base computer here, I've read that a base can only be 1,000 units or meters tall top to bottom. The depth in this area, not too far from here, is about 1,200 meters, so I can't put the base computer way down there because I wanted that room up top for the landing pads. So what we kind of have here, I come over here. This was the original building. You can see we have a nice little stingray out there. And it's kind of hard to see. That's where my base computer was, right here on this rock. It took me 2 hours floating around in the sub to find this rock so I could get a base computer high enough. It was fun. This is one of those moon floors. You can jump in and go swimming, or you can bring your sub up into this. This is kind of like the garage. And as I said, this is a mine. Bear with me, I have a habit of saving just in case. And we get over here, and this is where we start the mining operation. As you can see, I have some methane here. Let's go ahead and grab that. I have to put it on my freighter because my ship is out of range up in the air. But I found methane. And this one over here is lithium. Again, we'll throw that on the freighter. And you kind of see, looking at this picture, these are cuboid rooms. Cuboid rooms are waterproof. And that blue line you see going across is power, so they all connect power. That way I didn't have to run separate power lines from the mines over. All I had to do is a supply pipe. And to try to save parts, you can see I kind of have this little diagonal. We can go ahead and take a little walk out here. As my hot spots were over this way. And we just kind of do this jog. You get your exercise out here. And you can see I have supply pipes on both sides. So this is the one on that side, and this is the other one. That way I didn't have a whole bunch of supply depots all tapped up together. I just used them as relay points. And I thought about putting the teleports in here, but I would have had multiple. So as we get here, now we jump into a building. If you notice from outside, there is a light under here, kind of as a marker, and we have a hollow door. And if we pop into this room here, I got some generators. I just kind of slapped them all together just to get power, and then you can see this power wire goes everywhere. We come here, this is one of the supply depots, and we run and we run and we run. That's the other supply depot on the right. Okay, I have a hotspot down that way and a hotspot down that way. If you see that little beacon down there, that's one of the hotspots, and the other one is down there somewhere. But we'll just run down to this one here. Got more rays running around. As you see, we have a light up in the top of our building. And here's our room. These are the extractors, and I grabbed some supply depots here. Then from here we go out. You can see that corridor goes all the way down there. Oh, well, take a run, we'll get some exercise. Now, as I said, it took me a couple hours to find that rock. It took me a couple hours to find these hot spots and get them marked, as I was in the sub actually scrubbing along the bottom. Doo doo doo. I would hate to have to do this in real life. I'd be tired. Now, if you recall, right now we are 777 meters. There's my extractors. I only needed one supply depot here, and this is a wall. So let's come out and go swimming. If you look down in the lower right corner of the screen, we are 777.8 units or meters. The seafloor here is 1,209 meters down. So way down there, see in the bottom center of the screen, that's where I found the hot spot, and that is a save beacon. There's my power save beacon. There's the other save beacon for the other hotspot. Hotspots are vertical. So instead of having to build all this stuff way down in the bottom, I could do this. I wanted to do it underneath. I could actually found these hotspots way up on the surface and built it all up top. But what fun is that? So let's start running back. I kept watching videos with the deep sea bases, and I said, yeah, I've got to do one of those. This little project, if you see a lot of parts, took me almost 2 weeks. Get home from work, spend about 2-3 hours a night, and then when I didn't have to work, hours and hours and hours. But it was fun, and oddly enough, while I was down below the surface running around in the sub doing all this, when I landed, I didn't know there were storms and the big waves up top. I was down here not knowing anything, and I had teleported down from my trusty Corvette and when I went back up, my Corvette was underwater from the waves. We'll be there in a little while. Oh, see, he got tired. Come on. And someday I have, like I say, all these rooms and these moon doors. Someday I'll actually explore this base. You know, the ocean around it, see what else is there. I've been a little busy doing other stuff. Anyways, 777. That's units or meters. So let's start going back up. 581. 388. 196. Now we're back at 0. And I have my little red sign that the area does flood. And so it's a waterproof door if you want to just go swim in there. And we have to climb a ladder. We have the little bar, the grill, the fishing dock. I do like this. This is kind of cool. I haven't made time to fish from it. So maybe my friend Sparky will come and visit me someday and we'll go fishing. Everybody else is welcome too. So let's start working up. Now we're all the way up. I jumped all the way to 13. Okay. And we just look out the window. I do appreciate your patience. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll be able to make many more. Thank you.